Okay, hi. Good afternoon. My name is Gideon and welcome to this live Facebook teaching with me. And today's going to be awesome. Awesome. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Um, so, how are you today? I'll be teaching on something so interesting. Let's see. Show Yaya. Then I think AZ, I guess. So good to see you. How are you today? And it's been a while. Sorry for being late. I had to fix one or two things. That was why. Let's see. Someone else is up. So I'll be sharing some few tips on how you can live your day productively. That's part of the things I'll be sharing with you. And I need to take off. Your earphone. Okay, it's not clear. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, can you hear me clearly now? Asa, can you hear me clearly now? Can you hear me clearly? I'm sure I'm a little bit clear. Can you hear me clearly now? Okay, so today I will be very clear. Awesome. Thank you so much, Asa. Thank you for that. So I'll be sharing with you on how you can live your life productively, how you can live your life intentionally every day. That's what I'll be sharing with you today. So how have you been? Let's go and share this so that people can listen to this. How have you been? How is work? How is family? How is business? How is your life generally? You know, ensure that you keep it in check. So the number one point I want to share with you today is that God has created everyone for something special. God has created every single one of us for something special, for an assignment, for a designed assignment. It could be more than one, but you and I have been created for something. And I want to let you know that do not settle for less. Don't settle for anything lesser than what you've been created for. Do not settle for anything lesser than that. If you settle for anything lesser than that, then you'll be shortchanging yourself. You will not be living maximally. You will not be living to your full potential. So God has created every one of us. So wherever you find yourself, in your business, in your work, your family, just always have at the back of your mind that you have been created by God. You have been designed by Him, intentionally designed by Him to function on the face of the earth in a particular way and in a particular place. So remember that. So one, God has created everybody for something special. Two, you cannot blame anyone for living unproductively. You cannot blame anybody for your mistakes. You cannot blame anyone for what you are becoming. You cannot blame anybody for you not doing what you need to do. If you do that, that is a sign of irresponsibility. That will be a sign of you not taking your life into your hands. What do I mean by taking your life into your hand? It means that you are responsible for everything that you become in life. It is your responsibility. You can't push that responsibility on someone else. So you can't blame anyone for living an unproductive life. It's your responsibility to get your life together and take the desired steps in what you want to become. So starting from today or days to come, always note that we cannot blame anyone for our outcome. We have to take full responsibility of what we listen to and what we hear and how we live our lives. Number three, any book you decide to read, any information you decide to get, any research that you decide to go for, and anyone you listen to, they are expected to, everything you listen to is expected to shape your character. So, me, if I pick a book to read, now, what I'm reading is meant to shape my behavior to become better. So it simply means that if you are listening to people or if you are reading something and it is not making you to become a better person, then it is not worth reading. If you are reading something, if you are acquiring knowledge and everything you are acquiring is not making you to become better in life, then it is not worth acquiring. So everything you read, everything you get, knowledge, information, it has to make you become a better person. And when you become a better person, you make everyone around you become better also. So, like you know, we don't do things for nothing. We live our life intentionally. We live our life with practicability. We live our lives based on the fact that we know who we are and we know what we want to achieve. So single thing you do, the books, the movies you watch, the information you gather, the knowledge you get, it has to contribute to the solidification of your character. It has to contribute to the advancement of your behavior. It has to contribute to how you behave positively. So take note of that. Any single thing that you read, books or materials or magazines, it has to contribute to solidifying your character. Number four, anytime you need something so urgent, anytime you need something so urgent and you do not have it, that is one of the best times to look into yourself, to look into your mind, to look into your being, to look into the core of your personality. What usually happens is when people need something so urgently, the first thing they do is to reach out to people or to reach out to they just want to find it outwardly. And like you should know by now that life is meant to be lived from inside out, not outside in. Life is meant to be lived from within your heart. Life is meant to be lived from within the core of your heart. So if you've not developed the right values, if you've not developed the right value systems, you won't be able to live maximally from within you. So every time you need something so urgently, you don't need to run around first. One of the questions you need to ask first is, how can I get this done? How can I get this done with what I have? How can I get this done with the resources that I have? How can I get this done with the wisdom that has been made available to me? How can I get this done with the resources that have been made available to me? Can I get this done with the little I have in my hands? So anytime things stay at your face, anytime you get to the road where you need time to really get things that are very important, look within before you look outside. Let me say that again. Look within before you look outside. That's number 4. Number 5, make use of your imagination. Make use of your imagination. Create things just by thinking about them. For example, if you look at the great scientists of our world or the greatest inventors of our world today, how did they create things? They created things by first imagining things. And for you to imagine things, you must have been able to fill yourself with the right knowledge. You can't just imagine what you don't know. You must have an idea about it. And to have an idea about it, then you need to first fill yourself up with the right knowledge. Note that you cannot mix right and wrong. It will be so disastrous. When people mix the right information with the wrong information, what happens is it leaves them much more confused than ever. It simply means that when people mix the right information and the wrong information, it shows one thing, that they don't understand the basic principle of how things work, whatever they want to do. So make use of your imagination. You can sit down and imagine yourself traveling. That's how powerful imagination is. You can just sit down and imagine that, okay, in 2019, these are the things you want to do. And you start imagining that maybe you want to hold a conference. You start imagining that, okay, you have a lot of people coming into the conference. You see yourself standing on the stage. Use your imagination positively. Use your imagination creatively. And like I said earlier, imagination comes out of the fact that you have been able to do a self-study on whatever you want to become. Make use of it. It is free. People don't pay for imagination. Even though the best CEOs, the best people who rule the world, they love their privacy so that they can think, so that they can imagine how the world will be, so that they can imagine how they can shape the world positively. So make use of your imagination. Number six, surround yourself with people who are wise. Surround yourself with people who are wise. When I say surround yourself, does not mean we have to go and start looking for physical people to surround ourselves with. That is why I sometimes feel sorry for those who do not read. I sometimes feel sorry for those who are not in search of quality information. I sometimes feel sorry for those who you have a lot of books in the library and they don't read them. You have a lot of people who are filled with wisdom and you don't listen to them. So fill yourself, surround yourself with people who are wise. Who are the wise? It could be people that are long dead but have been able to leave their mark in the sands of time through their books, through their audio tapes, and if you go to YouTube, you'll see a lot of such people. So surround yourself with the wise. Surround yourself with the wise. Wisdom is so important in dealing with your daily lives, in getting things done, in achieving your goals and your desires and your dreams. Wisdom is so important. If you surround yourself with people who are foolish, who have shallow thinking, you are going to be producing shallow products. You are going to be talking shallowly. You are going to be expressing yourself in a shallow form. So surround yourself with people who are wise. And how can you do this? You can do this by people who have written books. People, if you go on YouTube, people who have, addressed different issues. So surround yourself with the wise so that you can be wise. Number seven. Wisdom should tell you that whenever we make a mistake, we are expected to learn from such mistakes. Whenever you make a costly mistake, we are expected to learn from such mistakes. It is not wise to repeat the same mistakes twice. So you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, giving excuses for yourself, saying that I'm just like that. No, you are not like that. We are expected to learn from those mistakes we have made. So you don't repeat costly mistakes. Yeah, sometimes you make little silly mistakes with time, but those mistakes that shapes the totality of your life, that has left a mark on you, you are not expected to repeat such mistakes. We are expected to learn from such mistakes. And how do you learn from mistakes? If things have happened, you sit back, you ask yourself, okay, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Who am I associated with? What was my state of mind when I made such mistakes? What was my thought pattern? What was my belief system? How was I thinking? Who did I tell? Who did I associate with? Every time you make a mistake, you must sit down to analyze such mistakes. It is not wise to keep on making the same mistakes over and over again. For example, let me use this example. In Nigeria, now we are going to have a presidential election. And do you know what? Do you know the funny part? The funny part is that people get to forget what they have gone through once they have a little bit of satisfaction. Let me say that again. People tend to forget the hardship, the tough times they have gone through once they have just a tiny bit of satisfaction. Why? Because they have not gotten to build themselves in the foundation and in the truth of life. Why am I saying that? Now the presidential elections are coming up in Nigeria, and the youths, the young people, both the young and the old, they are still talking about voting those who are absolutely corrupt. They are still talking about voting those who have made stealing their value system. They are still talking about voting those who have ruined the economy just because they are being promised. They are being promised things that even has not been fulfilled. Now we are about to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. If you keep repeating the same mistakes, trust me, you can actually predict the end result. When the same mistake is made over time, you can predict the end result. So we are expected to learn from mistakes. We are expected to learn from history. We are expected to learn from also people's mistakes. That is wisdom. Number eight. Anytime you hit a roadblock, or every time you hit a barrier, you have, how do I put it? For example, if you are jogging in the morning and while jogging, maybe there's a blockage on the road and you can't pass through. Will you turn back, or you will look for another qualified, authentic route to get to where you are going? So every time you hit a roadblock, when achieving your dreams or when doing things that are very important to you, that is not the time to give up. That is not the time to back down. That is not the time to feel discouraged. That's one of the best times. You are meant to analyze. You are meant to strategize. You are meant to double your effort on achieving your dreams. So roadblocks are not excuses for you to turn back. Roadblocks are not excuses for you to say, no, I am not doing what you are expected to do. In fact, roadblocks test you if you really want to get that thing done. Challenges will test you if truly what you say you want to do, you are really going to do it. So don't turn back when things go wrong. Don't turn back just because you go through tough times and challenges. And everybody goes through tough times. Every single person. If you look at people perfect outside, let them tell you their history. You'll be shocked. That is just to let you know that God has made human being to be able to sail through the toughest of times. It is built into our systems because those are the things that will test us over time. So don't give up when you hit a roadblock. That's one of the best times for you to move further and double your effort. Number 9. In all that you have decided to do, always ensure that you are in the right frame of mind. In all that you have decided to do, you want to have this, you want to build this, you want to have an industry, you want to have a business, you want to have whatever you want to do in life, whatever it is, whatever quality thing you want to do, always ensure that on a daily basis, I'm not saying that weekly, on a daily basis, you refine your heart, you refine your mind. Always ensure that your heart, the state of your mind, is in the right frame. And how do you do that? It simply means that every single thing you feed your mind with daily makes a lot of, is very important. So you don't watch movies just for the sake of watching them. You do not read books for the sake of reading them. You do not watch television programs for the sake of watching them. You do not do whatever that you do just for the sake. You do things intentionally. Why? Because you already know that every single thing you do affects the state of your mind, whether you know it or you don't know it. So in all that you decide to do, always ensure that you, your family, your surroundings, your circle of friends, always ensure that every one of you, you're in the right state of mind. Thank you so much for a beautiful Saturday, and I hope you've been able to learn something. And as you go this week, ensure that you keep building, you keep impacting humanity positively, and you keep doing all you need to do. Don't feel, how do I put it? Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel discouraged if you think that what you are building, people are not listening or encouraging you. Encourage yourself and be the best God has asked you to be. Thank you so much. Let me just say hello to everybody. Sean Yaya, so good to see you. Nayo Eze, thank you so much for your time. Susan, how are you? So good to see you. And that's from North Cyprus. My beautiful wife, Queen Akiwanda, I see you. Ajiwo Jolusegun, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Yes, it's Nayo Eze says, thanks, that was short. Yeah, so that you can get back to work. Do have a beautiful Saturday. I'm going to see you same time, either during the week or on Saturday. Bye and God bless. Bye.